Okay, pause for a second, because Pompeii is often described as a city that died in an instant. One peaceful morning, a volcano erupted, and everyone was frozen in time. That image is powerful. It's also misleading. Pompeii didn't disappear in a single moment, and most of its people didn't die instantly. When Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD, the first danger wasn't lava, it was ash. For hours, volcanic debris rained down on the city. Light at first, then heavier. Roofs began to collapse, breathing became difficult, visibility dropped. But during this phase, many people escaped. Archaeologists estimate that the majority of Pompeii's population actually fled during the early hours of the eruption. They left behind homes, shops, food, because they believed they could come back. That decision matters. The people who died in Pompeii were mostly those who stayed too long or returned too soon. The real killer came later. As the eruption intensified, superheated clouds of gas and ash, called pyroclastic surges, raced down the mountain. These weren't slow. They moved faster than a human could run. Temperatures were extreme. Once they reached Pompeii, survival was no longer possible. Here's another myth worth pausing on. Those famous frozen bodies? They aren't people turned to stone by lava. They're plaster casts, made centuries later by archaeologists. When bodies decomposed underground, they left empty spaces. By filling those voids, researchers captured the final positions of the victims. And those positions tell a quiet story. People shielding their faces, families holding each other, individuals hiding in rooms, hoping the danger would pass. Pompeii wasn't a city that ignored danger. It was a city that underestimated it. Vesuvius had been quiet for generations. People didn't recognize the warning signs. The ground shook before, but earthquakes were normal in the region. Ash fell, but it had fallen before. History didn't end because people were careless. It ended because the threat was unfamiliar. Pompeii doesn't teach us that disasters strike without warning. It teaches us something more uncomfortable. People often leave when danger feels obvious, but stay when it feels temporary. And sometimes that pause lasts too long.